Hello, this is David Kozich, Chief Spiritual Officer and Senior Minister for the Lovemakers Foundation, a hybrid spiritual organization whose goal is to bring love to the world and to love to each and every person in this world to help you become love. Today's love message is being broadcast on December 30th, 2022. And I think it's a great message because the new year, new times for us in 2023. But today's talk, I think, really goes to the deepest essence of who you are as a person. The name of today's love message is Love. You are more than your story. We all have a story. And, I was inspired to give this talk on this particular day I was online and I read an article written by Leanne Rimes, the famous singer, and she basically said in that article that she finally found after all the years found her ability to live her truth and share her truth, and really she did it through her music and through her writing. But, I realized that we do that, and she's, doing a great job of communicating about her life and her feelings and thoughts and emotions. But I was thinking that, and knowing that love is even more than that. When you are on the path to becoming love, and when you become love, you are more than your stories, you are more than your thoughts, you are more than your emotions. We all have a story. Some of us like our story, some of us love our story. Some of us don't like our story. Some of us are appalled by our story. But either way, we are attached to our story, our personal stories, aren't we? But you are more than your story. And if you had a bad story in your life, if life has not been nice to you, and there have been negative things that have happened to you in life, I'm here to tell you that you can overcome your story. Because when you get on the path to becoming love, you get an awareness, a sense of the vastness of the universe, of the vastness of your human potential. And when you focus on your ability to love, on you becoming love, your ego disappears. And it's all about awareness and about just what love is. I'm not going to talk about relationships today because it's all about you. But next week, in the first week of January, I'm going to talk about love and relationships and what true love is, and look at the continuum of everything from initial passion to long-term relationships to, what love is and what love can become and what your relationships can become. Your love relationships, that is. But today, I'm going to focus on you. Because no matter what state you're in, when you are on that path of becoming love, your brain changes. The way you talk, the way you understand life changes. Right now I'm in difficult legal situations, but I am love. And I look at things differently. I look at the vastness of it. I realize the limitations of this dimension. I look at the beauty of love and the ability to take a breath of love each and every moment of my life. And I urge you to do the same thing. Because the nice thing about it is you can create your story. And as I talk today, I'm creating a new story. A new story where I coach, where my writing comes to the forefront, where my coaching comes to the forefront. Because I'm writing a new story. The story that happened 5 seconds ago is not my story, because when you're living in love and you become love, your spirit becomes intertwined with your highest good. Your spirit becomes intertwined with your highest self. Your spirit becomes intertwined with God, if that's your highest self. I frequently like to read books by Osho, the mystic. He's no longer with us, but he's written a bunch of good books that I think it's interesting to read. And from his book, Courage, he writes, "Love is not a relationship. Love is a state of being. It has nothing to do with anybody else. One is not in love, one is love. And of course, when one is loved, one is in love. But that isn't an outcome, not a byproduct. That is not the source. The source is the one that is love. You are the source, and it's your ability to connect with your source, and your highest source is what makes life in this dimension magical. It's what creates 100% courage. It's what eliminates fear. It's what allows you to be loving, to give and receive love, to make love, to live your highest self. Because being and becoming love will enable you to write your new story now. The aliveness, peace, and beauty of love is now. The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, he writes, "You are what you believe you are. There is nothing to do except to be just what you are. You have the right to feel beautiful, to enjoy it. Love comes from the inside. You can only perceive the beauty in lives outside when you feel the beauty that lives inside of you. Let that beauty live inside of you. Get on that path to becoming love for this new year. Write a new story. Write the most powerful, loving story that you can imagine. A lot of people do resolutions. I write stories. You write stories of the beauty of your life, the power of your life, the enhancements of your life in the wealth, health, relationships, and everything you're doing. So get on that path of becoming love and understand the power of love. Right now, I'm going to invite somebody up here who understands the power of love, who understands the beauty of love, and who has written her story in love. Deborah Kozich, our CEO. Hello, Deborah. How are you?
Wonderful, David. Thank you so much. What a wonderful way to bring the new year to a close, recognizing that you are more than your story. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you to all of our viewers. About writing a story and talking about your story, we invite you to join us in the coming new year. We have our new story that we have now available, Absolute Love. So check it out. It's now available on Amazon, soon to be available on Barnes & Noble. Join us. And we're here to help you tell your story and be more than just telling your short story, sharing it with others and help them tell their story too about what absolute love is. Allow it to come from within and help others shine bright too.
That's right. And give reverence to your story.
Yes.
Observe your story. But don't let your story limit you, because you are so much more than your story, and you can actually write your story.
Yes, and your story can not only be altered, but it can also help others by telling their story too, because it empowers you. It allows you to feel from deep within, like David was sharing. It comes from your heart. We actually have a heart mind, so it goes deeper than just telling our story. It comes from within. And
I want to thank Deborah Kozich sincerely for the year 2022 for sharing her story of love with you and the world, and for being love and giving love to all that she's comes in contact with. Her story is an amazing story. And we look forward to a great 2023, don't we?
We inspire each other, don't we? You and I and our audience, our viewers, all of our love makers, we want to say thank you. And we want to cheers to you. And this is our apple cheers.
Yes, Martinelli's apple juice in a place of champagne.
To bring sweetness and joy to your life.
To a loving, happy, fruitful New Year's. Live in love, be love, become love.
Happy New Year's.
It is so.
Love and blessings to each and every one of you. David?
Cheers, Deborah.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
To you, go in love, be love, and remember,
love is the way.
Love is the way. Happy New Year's. Have a great holiday and a great 2023. And we'll look forward to talking to our presentation, a love message next week. Thank you and Happy New Year's.